Today is Saturday, August 31st, and I'm headed to the casino right now. Normally I dress pretty casual, just like t-shirt and shorts, but today I'm going to give something else a try because I've had trouble filming at the casinos, and I've only successfully done it once, where I put the phone secretly in the cup holder in Vegas. So I'm going to try to do something similar today. Hopefully it works. Yeah, don't gotta impress anybody, but today I guess I'll make an exception. Pocket can. And you see here, this is my car. It's black, has 4 wheels. I promise there's 2 on the other side, so you know, pretty cool.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town.
We made it, but shh. Hopefully this works. You got to be very quiet. I wonder if this is what policemen that wear a wire or undercover feel like. Concept's really stupid though. You'd think we'd have the technology not to strap a giant wire on your belly.
I'm a pimp, I walk with a limp. I step inside Papa Do's, eating on shrimp. I'm a grinder, that's why I'm a shiner. I left behind whiners to be a big timer.
Hello, Noah, I called in. Okay, thank you. We have everybody fooled.
Big
Give me whatever you whatever. Like a steak and eggs? Yeah. What happened?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock?
Raise, make it 20.
You ain't looking 5 o'clock to me. It's your fault.
There's a limp from, let's say, an energetic lady. You will be hearing a lot from her. Literally. And a late position raise. I can go for the 3-bet from the big blind, but I want to keep her in the hand, so I go for the call, and we go multi-way to the flop.
How much? 20?
15 more to call. 4 players?
So 20. 20 total.
20 total. 6.
That's okay, babe.
40 is a bet. Straddles on. Small blind. And the call.
Might be too loose of a limp along here on the button, but I want to play as many hands with you-know-who, especially in position.
I only got ace king. I only got ace king, I don't raise. You're lucky I don't raise shit. Oh my god. Sit. Right here? Yeah.
6. 100 is a bet.
Sorry. Don't do it, honey. You know I got a lot of this. Boom.
10, 6, 5, 7.
How you know, man?
See it?
I should raise it for I don't know what the hell. I was thinking earlier. Well.
The 7 of diamonds she showed was worth all that talk and betting 100 into a $20 pot.
How much?
Straddles up.
This, then? I was just big a minute ago.
You call.
Man, I was big. Okay, good. That's where I'm last hand. Oh, I like last hand, because you know what? I'm going to do something stupid.
Ready to make it 30? Oh.
30.
I would normally just fold this hand, but in this nice scenario, I decide on an ISO raise to 30, and I get a call behind as well as from the blind with the action limper coming along as well.
Okay. 80. Oh.
Pretty much all the time, I don't go for bluffs in 4-way pots, but I feel this board is a particularly good one for me to go for, being king high and having some equity in a gut shot, plus some loose ranges from 2 of the villains. I only get called by the player with position on me. Turn is a 4 of clubs, not the card I want to bet. River is an offsuit jack. I don't think I can get him off his hand. It gets checked down, and it turns out that most likely I could have barreled either street to get him off his particular hand.
Showdown. Pair of 4s. 5s.
There, that's what I got. Honey, can I do this? No.
Yeah. Straddles on.
Straddle on 10? Yeah? Can I do that? Or a chicken. Now I'm going to win out of here.
And the call.
Can I go 100?
You may. 100
Please?
bet.
Please? Thank you, babe. I don't have nothing. Hey, I need a drink. What's my service? Babe, can I get service?
Service on 1.
Oh, you gotta be louder than that. Babe.
Just don't have to put
Look, you beer is empty.
you know what?
I don't want to drink alcohol in the other hot. I want beer.
And now you're big one.
I can't finish it. I hate when I order. I can't finish it. I know. It was stupid. I gotta ask the whole. Whoa. Oh, how many? What happened? 5. 25.
Ready to make it 25.
I do that? I know it's first time playing 5. You say it's okay, it's 25. Honey, oh my god! I only got 1 ace. How many aces do we have?
3 players. Okay. Alright. 200 is a bet. Heads up.
Ace-10 off in the big blind. Normally I would just fold this hand, even in position, let alone out of it. Flop comes basically as good as it gets, with the ace of hearts as well. An easy call, even with her betting 200 into a pot of 75. I was planning on just checking to her each street to let her bluff. Turn paired the board, and the river was a jack. Action was checked both streets, and I take it down against a hand which is the reason you should normally fold my holding pre-flop to a raise.
Check. Five, ace, queen, high. 10s and 5.
didn't get this read at the table, but she basically always told the truth about her hand looking back. Remember earlier this hand?
Oh my god! I only got one ace. How many aces we have?
The rule is this. You spot a man's tell, you don't say a fucking word. I finally spotted KGB's, and usually I'd have let him go on till he was dead broke. But I don't have that kind of time.
Option 1, option 2. Call.
Limped along with my best hand that I have done that so far, and with that flop, felt a big pot coming. Bet pot on the flop, bing on the button, and got 2 callers, including the VIP. Turn changed nothing, and I take it down with both of them unfortunately folding.
Check.
60.
60 is the bet. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Jerry.
Bye, Felicia.
Good luck.
Bye, Felicia. Oh, it was my fault. When I do it, yeah, because I will go home. Next time it won't happen.
Yeah, I haven't been in the hands, but like if I open, just be careful when you look out.
Yeah, they did. I just put a little in there. That's all. Do more finish. Make it 60 to call. Ice cold because I got it. Ice cold because I got it.
Ice cold because I got it.
Hook low. Wait, what I got? Oh my god, I look at the wrong hand. 3 players. 100. See my beer. Where's my beer? No beer? Honey, why? I want a drink. Honey, I want. All in? All in? All in?
Next call.
Okay. Everyone's all in.
2 sets. 3 sets.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
3
god, where
sets?
was the jackpot?
She shipped. I'm like, oh, perfect. He's got aces. I got this pot locked up. And you instant full of jacks. Like, oh, you know, I want to see obviously.
Flop was Jack 10-6, with the razor to 60 and the small blind having Jack-Jack. The big blind with 10-10, and the lady with 6-6. I have never seen that before. I unfortunately got bad news and worse news. The bad news is that my phone ran out of storage space, so no more live video. The worst news, though, the lady left and the action really dried up. Booked a small loss after playing a decent while longer. My sessions recently have been about evening out with similar wins and losses. I just want to go over this one hand that I played a few days earlier. Sorry, back to the original share my pair. 6-5 suited in the hijack, and I limp behind. Then the big blind makes a raise to 40. With a big time action player already calling and me having total position, I make the call, and so does the small blind. Action actually checks to me with 170 in the middle. This is the decision to make with a pair and a flush draw. Should I be mainly betting or checking here? Deny equity versus random overcards, plus setting up multiple street bluffs and also a big pot if I hit, or just take the free card and play position. This action player is pretty much the exact opposite of the other one. Very passive, rarely raises, and loves calling every pair and every draw to the river. I decided on a check, but I do think a bet is a little better. Never in bad shape against a hand, and can easily get it all in right here on the flop. I would also most likely get to dictate the turn action. Turn gives us a gut shot as well, with the call here being, I think, the better option this time. River is the very best card in the deck. Just think about what that would be for a second. It's a 6. Checks to me, and at a similar thought process as a professional poker player that plays at the casino, I asked about this hand. Bet bigger here because you basically represent nothing, and this is actually the very best hand you could have here. I just thought the action player would not recognize the actual pot being $400, but just that the last bet was $80. So I make it $250, but should I have just gone with the pot size bet and put out $400? The reg takes his time. I really think he's going to fold, but he actually puts in the call. The action player takes no time, verbalizing, bad call, before saying he has top 2 pair. These are the two action types of players that are great for the game. Drunk aggressive, high variance that actually puts you in tough spots, or loose passive that never folds pre-flop or when he has a piece of the flop. Being very easy to play against, and low variance since we can almost always dictate the action. Which one do you all prefer playing against?